This Texas journalist shows us exactly what Texas has done and why it did it and why we are in the condition that we're in. Check it out.
Texas energy politics are, you could spend your whole life, you could write dissertation after dissertation about it. It's distinct and idiosyncratic. It's got its own grid. It's got its own regulatory body that regulates oil and gas. You've got the fossil fuel capital of the world. It's also a big wind generator. What is happening here? Why this breakdown?
Well, obviously, our main focus is on the millions of people who, as Judge Hidalgo talked about in her own part of the state, are without power and heat, water, food. But if we're going to talk about what happened here, how we got here, Texas got a Texas moment for the ages. I think it has basically three key features to it, familiar to anybody who's followed the politics of the state over the last couple of decades. The first is a slavish devotion to markets. Right? Markets are the be-all and end-all. Markets fix everything. That's the attitude about everything here in the state of Texas, except when they don't fix things. And in this case, markets did not fix things, did not anticipate the problem adequately, and have left us where we are. The second is a stubborn independence. You alluded to this earlier, that we don't want to be overregulated. We don't want to be told what to do, especially by the evil federal government, who we sue to keep at a safe distance. If you go back and read the story that we in the Texas Tribune published 10 years ago by Kate Galbraith about the electric grid problems at that time, what she says then is true today. That is the reason that we have our own grid, is because we don't want to deal with the feds. The third is that unshakable belief in our own awesomeness that you referred to, where you have politicians in Texas dunking on the state of California last year. The message of those tweets is that the policies of Democratic leaders in blue states caused these problems. This, Chris, the last 48 hours is a goose meets gander moment for Texas. That's what I think is going on.
Exactly. What we're looking at is a condition created by the Republican politicians in Texas. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let them tell you it's green energy. Don't let them tell you it was unexpected. We all expected this 10 years ago. The government, the federal government, suggested to Texas, they can only suggest because they're not on the grid. They suggested to Texas that they winterize their equipment because this was coming. They knew it. They didn't do it. Those are the people we elect. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.